Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and a warm welcome to MADARA Cosmetics Investor Conference webinar. As always, we will start with company's presentation, after which we will hold a questions and answers session. Please feel free to use the question box in the webinar admin panel to type in your questions, and we'll get them answered after the presentation. I would now like to turn the conference over to Mr. Uldis Iltners, the member of the management board and shareholder of MADARA Cosmetics, who will proceed with the presentation. Uldi, the floor is all yours.
Good afternoon, dear participants. Thank you for joining MADARA Cosmetics webinar. Today we will present you the unaudited results of the first 6 months of this year and speak about important events and our development activities. As usually, you are very welcome to send in your questions, and I will be glad to answer them at the end of the webinar. Before we start, just a few words about the company. MADARA Cosmetics is the leading skincare producer in Baltics, specialized in producing of EcoCert and Cosmos certified natural and organic cosmetics products. And today I'm very happy to announce that we have successfully completed the development of MADARA Organic makeup line, and from now on we are producer of natural and organic skincare and makeup. Makeup is the third biggest category in cosmetics market, slightly behind skincare and hair care categories. I will tell more about makeup later in this presentation. We have dynamic 6 months behind us. The company maintained a double-digit growth rate, reaching 20% turnover growth. Due to makeup and other development activities, the profit margins decreased comparing to corresponding period last year. EBITDA decreased by 8.7% and net profit by 18.8%. Although there is decrease in profit margins, it is still absolutely sufficient to continue further growth, and I will tell more detailed about the financial data in the following slides. The company is listed on Nasdaq Riga First North since November 2017. We offer shareholders benefits program to all our shareholders, as well as prepare ESG report, and are a retail investor friendly company. The turnover growth of first 6 months this year was driven by strengthening of our existing channels and the acquisition of new channels, rising brand awareness, and successful introduction of new products. If we look at the geographical sales breakdown, then we see that turnover that came from EU countries, including Latvia, was 94%, which is 2 percentage point increase comparing to first 6 months of 2018. We see that our European Union countries without Latvia are growing growing faster than Latvian market. So the European Union countries turnover increased by 3 percentage points, and Latvian turnover in Latvia decreased by 1 percentage point compared to last year. Looking at the sales distribution by product categories, we see that MADARA proportion in total turnover increased by 3 percentage points. In our opinion, this is very good results. So MADARA is our main brand and main business, showing nice growths. Then our second brand, MOSA, keeps the same proportion as last year, 10% from total turnover, and the contract manufacturing category decreased by 3 percentage points. Overall, we evaluate this as a very good result. Then the sales division of MADARA products by product groups retained more or less former tendencies. Since there was successful product launches for sun care products, which belong to body care category, and there was successful launch of functional hair care products. Then we see that the body care group grew by 2 percentage points, and hair care group grew by 3 percentage points. And there is a decrease of anti-age product group by 8 percentage points. But compensated by increase of facial care products. So it's in our opinion, this change was influenced by successful new product launches, which is very good. Then if we take a look on the financial results, the consolidated turnover reached 5.6 million euros. The biggest markets are still Latvia and Finland, and in both markets we continued to strengthen our position. However, the growth was somewhat smaller than in previous periods. This is connected that in Latvia and Finland these are mature markets for MADARA Cosmetics, and of course it's more difficult to reach high growth in already mature markets. However, we believe that the further new product launches and the makeup launch will support our growth also in Latvia and Finland. There is a very nice growth in our other strategic European markets, which contribute the most of the growth in the first 6 months. The gross profit margin decreased by 3 percentage points, and this is also connected to the makeup launch. The R&D product development and R&D costs are much higher than they were last year. Also, it influences actually all our departments. So there are quite many organizational changes in the company to support the makeup product development, to support the product launch, marketing, and production of those products. It was kind of all departments were involved in this project, and in the makeup development influenced the profit margins by around 4 percentage points. And in the bottom line, we generated 809,000 euros net profit, which is decrease comparing to last year. Then I will tell about the most important events of first 6 months this year. As I already mentioned, we are very happy to announce that the makeup product development project has been completed, and the launch, the official product launch, is on 26th of September, so very soon. We see that there is increasing natural makeup trend, that it follows the skincare, natural skincare trend, and more and more, especially younger people, are requesting natural and organic makeup, which are safe for their health. The key customer groups are similar than MADARA skincare target audience. It's millennials, 22 to 37 years old, and generation Z, up to 22 years old people. Also, the social media Instagramming trend is contributing to the growth of makeup category. The segment grows with 6% yearly, so it's quite healthy growth. And yeah, so we believe that our new makeup line is corresponding to the needs of millennials and Generation Z, and so this is our launch range, which consists of 6 products. So foundations with SPF 15, 10 shades. Then Cosmic Drops highlighter, 4 shades. Concealers, 8 shades. Guilty shades, eye and cheek multi shadows, 6 shades. Glossy Venom lip glosses, 7 shades. Pro Pomade, 4 shades. So in total, there are quite many new products that can cover all kind of needs and consumer skin types and skin colors. So all of our makeup products are natural and organic certified. So this was initially quite a big challenge to create certified makeup products, since the ingredients we are allowed to use are rather limited. However, the end result is, in our opinion, very good, and we will present to the market high-performing organic products with nice textures. And of course, these new products and this new category will also give us advantage over our conventional and organic competitors. So yeah, the products will be launched very soon, so you're also invited to evaluate our new products and give us your feedback. Then yeah, in also our production facility is upgraded with 2 new production machines, a machine for mixing the highly pigmented formulations, and automatic makeup filling and capping machine. And both of the machines are launched and are producing the products. Then of course, there was also quite a big effort spent in creating of all marketing and visual materials for our makeup project. And of course, this influenced also our sales costs, since according to Latvian legislation, we are not allowed to capitalize these kind of costs, but we need to write them off in the moment when they created. So then another important event is that we continue to be a partner in competence center program, where we get state support for our R&D projects. So the new competence center program started in March this year, and we have signed 2 new contracts, and expecting to get until the end of 2020 300,000 euros co-financing for our R&D activities. Then we have published our third ESG report, which is about our activities regarding environmental sustainability, social responsibility, and corporate governance. Here we have listed some of the key figures. So we see that there is a slight increase in CO2 emissions. That if we for €1 generated, the CO2 emission is lower than last year. In last year, 2017, then there's also a slight increase in energy intensity per one product manufactured, which is compensated by 100% green energy consumption. Green energy, it means that it comes from renewable sources. And yeah, then all other parameters remained similar like in previous periods. We continued to cooperation with NGO MARTA, and free of charge legal or psychological consultation sessions for 555 persons. So, and it's similar like previous years. Yeah, this is my presentation for today, and now I will be glad to answer your questions.
Thank you, Uldis. Let's start with the first one. The company reached a 20% increase in turnover compared to the respective prior year period. In fact, main financial indicators on profitability and sustainability ratios have been decreased. What will be the countermeasures to improve profitability in short and in long term?
Thank you. And the reason behind decreased financial profitability of first half of this year is the development of makeup products, as well as overall development of the company. We invested more in the development of our sales channels and see the potential for growth that would be more evident in the long term. It is also important to mention that the current profit margins allow us to continue healthy growth, and company has enough resources to invest. And of course, management has close cooperation with the supervisory board, and all investments are approved by the supervisory board of the company. Speaking about the sustainability, I would rather disagree with the argument. Overall, the sustainability indicators have improved, and the attitude of the company towards sustainability has not changed. As I already mentioned, although the total of CO2 emissions has increased due to higher production level and more energy intensive products produced, the emission intensity per euro of turnover has improved. Another notable thing is that from the first day of operation, MADARA used 100% recyclable packaging, while major cosmetics industry leaders have set the target to have 100% recyclable packaging only by 2030. In 2019, MADARA launched the first product in a plant-based plastic tube, and we are also working on products in packaging from ocean-based plastics. And there are other aspects of corporate governance, social responsibility that you can read about in our ESG report.
Thank you for a detailed answer. MADARA's big markets, Finland and Latvia, are showing dramatic slowdown in growth. What is the reason for this slowdown, and what are the key steps to revive the growth?
Thank you. It is rather challenging to maintain a fast growth in Latvia, which is already quite mature market for our company. In Finland, we are already a #1 organic cosmetics brand, and we hope that Finland, where MADARA has a smaller market share than in Latvia, will continue the current development pace despite somewhat lower dynamics in the first 6 months. However, it is important to stress that as soon as the market becomes mature, the growth naturally slows down. We expect the new skin and makeup products to boost sales and attract new clients segments.
Thank you. Why is MADARA's strategy to spread its small marketing and organizational resources to grow in so many countries at the same time, instead of focusing on just few key countries? How can we win against big competitors by competing against them head-to-head in so many countries, instead of focusing, taking them only in key markets, say Finland, Latvia, and some other maybe? My concern is that with this strategy, the marketing spend per country is too small to make a difference, and that the resources currently used outside of the current few countries would be better used in the current key markets.
Thank you. In fact, there are 10 strategic countries that we focus on. As our current biggest markets in Latvia and Finland, which are actually also not the biggest European markets, are close to maturity. Our strategy is to grow other strategic countries to the size we have in Latvia and Finland. For example, our third biggest market, Germany, where we expect to have around 1 million euros turnover this year, has shown 58% net revenue growth in the first half of this year. The resources devoted to other non-strategic countries are much lower. It means there is already rather strong focusing. However, of course we are open to hear your ideas and consider even stronger focusing, but other markets beside Latvia and Finland are definitely needed for further growth.
Thank you. In earlier reports, MADARA has talked about distribution partnership with Selfridges in London. I visited their online store and I didn't find any MADARA's products from there. What is the status with Selfridges partnership? Have we lost it? And if we have lost it, is this indication of the previous question that there is not enough marketing spend per country basis?
Thank you. No, we have not lost it. MADARA is sold in the Selfridges store Lloyd's Pharmacy, which is owned by John Bell and Croydon. Since it is a separate entity from Selfridges, you cannot find it in Selfridges webshop, but it's physically in the Selfridges store in London.
Thank you. What percentage of MADARA's revenue come from own online stores?
Thank you. Around 25%.
Very good. MADARA doesn't provide calendar of its key reporting and shareholder communication dates in own or Nasdaq Baltic website. Could something be done to this issue?
I can say that we follow the guidelines of Nasdaq First North, and it is not obligatory to have such a calendar. And when it comes to reporting, we aim to deliver the reports as soon as we can and not to wait until the last day that quite a lot of listed companies are doing.
Do you plan to open any new MADARA Cosmetics shop in Latvia or abroad in nearest time?
We cautiously examine some other locations, but in the nearest future, we do not have such plans.
Thank you. You mentioned that the makeup line's impact on profit margins was roughly 4 percentage points. Is it fair to assume that the total development cost of the line was around 0.22 million euro? Or you can disclose more accurate number, perhaps.
Yeah, so it's for the first 6 months, it's around the number you mentioned, and part plus there is part which is capitalized as long-term investment. So it means that it's more than 250,000 euros in total.
What could be the size of additional marketing costs related to the launch of the new product line?
Yeah, so in September we launched the makeup line in most representative sales channels in our strategic markets, and the main goal for this year is to create selected and positive customer base to build up turnover next year. Of course, there will be marketing and sales costs to introduce the new makeup products. However, the current plan is that there is no positive or negative impact on financial results of makeup launch.
Thank you. What kind of marketing activities do you plan for the launch?
And there's actually a set of activities we are planning to use, and it differs from market to market. Yeah, so we will be actively using social media and influencers, doing PR, making product presentations. So yeah, it's basically the tools we are planning to use are tools which we successfully have used also for mother skincare. Plus, there are some makeup specific activities planned.
What is the expected contribution of the makeup line to the total sales in 2020? Do you plan to adjust your revenue guidance of 15 million euro for 2020, or this already includes the new line?
I would suggest that we talk about this later this year. Now, currently, the most important task is to launch the line, to get the feedback from market, from customers, and then we would be able to give some more detailed expectations of next year. Yeah, so I suggest in case we will need to amend our goals for next year, then we will announce this later this year. Thank you.
Thank you. First half 2019 sales growth of 8% year-on-year in Finland was relatively low compared to other main markets. Are there any specific reasons for slowing growth recently? I think we covered this in our previous questions. Is there anything that you would like to add?
Yeah, as I already mentioned, Finland in Finland we are #1 organic cosmetics brand, so the market is rather mature. However, the market share is smaller than in Latvia. So in our opinion, there is still quite a big potential for further growth, and the somewhat lower growth in first months of this year is connected that there was bigger customer opened last year, in the beginning of last year. It means that the basis of 2018 was rather high. But it's good that this year, in the first 6 months, we still managed to have growth. So I would say that on the yearly base we expect to have bigger growth than 8%. Thank you.
Is MADARA working with influencers on social media?
Yes, very actively. In our organization, there are persons that work only with social media and influencers. We have cooperation with several hundreds of influencers globally, and every month we add more influencers. So this is one of our important communication elements. Thank you.
Thank you. And currently, the last question that we have received. Your first slides in the presentation state retail-friendly investor relations. How is the policy of not disclosing the key shareholder reporting dates is consistent with the statement in the first slide and your overall open communication and sustainability strategy? Sure, I can repeat this one more time. So your first slides in this presentation state retail-friendly investor relations. How is the policy of not disclosing the key shareholder reporting dates is consistent with the statement in the first slide and your overall open communication and sustainability strategy?
Yeah, as I already mentioned, so we do not have the reporting, do not use the reporting calendar. However, I would not evaluate this as somehow being not friendly to investors. The company is still rather small, and our administration resources have a certain capacity, and this is one more argument why we are not using the calendar. But the most important argument would be that we try to publish the data as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. We have managed to answer all questions from participants. So with this, Uldi, thank you for the presentation. Participants, thank you for the questions asked. Thank you for your participation as well. So we're ready to close the webinar down. See you in the next webinar.
Thank you for participating.